2.5 years ago, I read a book by a man named Robin Perry called Worshipping Trinity, which unpacks the theology of God being Father, Son, and Holy Spirit and how that intersects with the theology of worship. And I remember his general thoughts being quite good, but I most appreciated when he began applying how is God triune and how are Father, Son, and Spirit distinct in what they do in certain events in the big narrative of Christianity or in certain Christian acts like lament or Sabbath or the resurrection. And at the time when I read that, I was a university junior studying civil engineering, taking 5 classes at a time in a semester, and I was probably involved in 2 or 3 different clubs concurrently and was helping out in my church on Sunday mornings in 2 or 3 different areas on any given Sunday. A little bit too much for probably one person to healthily handle. So as you can imagine, I was exhausted. When I was studying for an exam one particular time, that same junior year, and I had all my notes spread about me, and I'm trying to focus when this phrase, Father of Rest, starts tapping on the back of my mind, and no, I'm studying for this exam. But eventually I probably looked at the clock and thought, no, I think I can spare 5 minutes. So I pulled out my notebook and I jotted down whatever the idea was. And with the triune thing in mind and wanting to think about rest and not just Jesus rest, because we talk about the verses like that, come to me and I'll give you rest, but how is God the Father rest giving? Because that might not be an experience that all of us have with our human dads or even our heavenly dad, about someone who is not cruel and not draining. Or how is the Spirit rest giving? So I wanted the song to be gentle. I didn't feel like it needed a particular chorus. But Father of Rest kind of got written then. The second verse needed the most work because at first I was trying to think about unfinished work, and that was always something that was annoying, was I never had enough energy or time in a day to finish everything. So I think the original line of that was, "You who did your work complete, exhausted on Golgotha." But Golgotha didn't rhyme with me, and the whole sentence was just too flipped around. So instead, I think I tried to say, "You who did your work complete on something, something, hanging, whatever." And I think it stayed that way for a while, but last June, I wanted to take a better stab at it and still hold on to the "it is finished" theme, but perhaps, like I pointed to a characteristic of God the Father in his heart, that I pointed to something, just a characteristic about Jesus, that would follow with the same pattern of the song. So, you whose arms are safe and strong, that part came through, and that's where the song landed. I'm Timothy Leaven. Shalom.
Come rest